Govinda, Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Subhadramai Jaya Sudarshanam. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshmana Hanuman Sita Ram Lakshmana Hanuman. Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma. Vandamoy savadhana mate. Vandamoy savadhana mate. Yahara prasade bhai e bhavatoriyaya. Yahara prasade bhai e bhavatoriyaya. Krishna prapti hoya hoite. Krishna prapti hoya hoite. Guru mukha padma vakya Chittete koreya aikya. Guru mukha padma vakya Chittete koreya aikya. Arana kori ho mane asha. Arana kori ho mane asha. Shri Guru charane rate ऐसे उत्तमा गते. श्री गुरु चरणे रते ऐसे उत्तमा गते. हे प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा हे प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा चक्षुदान दिलो ये जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो ये जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेम भक्ति यहाँ होते अविद्या विनाशयते प्रेम भक्ति यहाँ होते अविद्या विनाशयते वेद गाय हर चरित वेद गाय हर चरित श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधो श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधो लोकनाथ लोके राजेवाना लोकनाथ लोके राजेवाना आहा प्रभु कर दया देहो मोर पादा छाया हा प्रभु कर दया देहो मोर पाद छाया एबे यश घुसुक त्रिभुवना एबे यश घुसुक त्रिभुवना श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधो श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधो श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु अधम जनार बंधो लोकनाथ लोके राजीवाना लोकनाथ लोके राजीवाना हा हा प्रभु कर दया देहो मोर पाद छाया हा हा प्रभु कर दया देहो मोर पाद छाया हा प्रभु कर दया देह मोरे पाद छाया हा प्रभु कर दया देह मोरे पाद छाया एबे यश घुसुक त्रिभुवना ओ एबे यश घुसुक त्रिभुवना श्रील प्रभुपाद पतित पावना श्रील प्रभुपाद पतित पावना जय प्रभुपदा 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 जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा 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 जय प्रभुपदा Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Oh Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Srila Prabhupada Guru Puja ki Nama Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nite Namine Nama Vishnu Padaya. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavade Paschatya Deshatarine. Namaste Saraswati Deve. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasade Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasade Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. बोलो, सब लोग बोलिए, भगवान का नाम लीजिए. सब लोग हाथ उठाइए, हाथ ऊपर उठाइए, भगवान का नाम लो. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna बोलिए बोलिए Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Radhe. Jaya Gauranitai 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jai Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Subhadramai Jai Sudarshana. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshmana Hanuman Sita Ram Lakshmana Hanuman. Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Jaya Om Vishnupad Braham Saparivrajakaacharya Ashtottara Shata Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhaya Charanarabinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki. ISKCON founder Acharya, BBT founder Acharya, savior of the whole world, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki. Jaya Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakaacharya Ashtottara Shata Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada ki. जय नित्यलीला प्रविष्ट साक्षात वैराग्यमूर्ति श्रील गौर किशोरदास बाबाजी महाराज की. जय नित्यला प्रविष्ट सच्चिदानंद मूर्ति श्रील भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की. जय नित्यला प्रविष्ट वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्रील जगन्नाथ दास बाबाजी महाराज की. श्री रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ शेठ गोस्वामी प्रभुगण की. नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की. प्रेम सखय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की. श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरिराज गोवर्धन की. मथुरा वृंदावन धाम के. नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम के. पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम के. गंगा माई की. यमुना माई की. भक्ति देवी की. तुलसी महारानी की. युगधर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ के. हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र के. श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन प्रोग्राम की. इस्कॉन फुटुल प्रसादम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन प्रोग्राम की. श्री रामनवमी महामहोत्सव की जय. निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे. All glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga, all glories to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna, this morning class on the pastimes of Lord Rama will be given by His Grace Ishan Gaur Prabhu.
Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Giri Vardhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Giri Vardhari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Giri Vardhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Giri Vardhari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Giri Vardhari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. Jaya Radha Madhav, Jai Radha Madhav, Radha Madhav, Jai Radha Madhav. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Subhadramaya, Jai Sudarshana. Jai Sita Ram Lakshmana Hanuman, Sita Ram Lakshmana Hanuman. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshmana Hanuman, Sita Ram Lakshmana Hanuman. Jaya Gauranitai, Jai Gauranitai, Patita Pavana Gauranitai. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Jai Jai Prabhupada. Shri Harinam Sankirtan Yajna ke जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सत्य श्री श्रीमद His Divine Grace A.C चरणारविंद भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की ISKCON founder Acharya BBD founder Acharya saved the whole world श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर सत्य श्री श्रीमद His Divine Grace श्रील भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की श्री वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की अयोध्या धाम की गंगा माई की जमुना माई की तुलसी देवी की भक्ति देवी की समाविद गौर भक्तवृंद की श्रील प्रभुपाद ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की युग धर्म हरि नाम संकीर्तन यज्ञ की ऑल गुरुस द assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada ki. Ninth canto. नहीं ये ले लो. Ninth canto भागवतम. नहीं ये हटा सकते हैं. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्. नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone for the class on the special occasion, the most auspicious occasion of Sri Navami. We'll be discussing from Shrimad Bhagavatam, canto number 9th, chapter number 10th, and text 15, 9, 10, 15. This can be removed. 9, 10, 15. कामं प्रयाहि जहि विश्रवसोऽवमेहम्. कामं प्रयाहि जहि विश्रवसोऽवहेमम्. त्रैलोक्य रावणमवाप्नुहि वीरपत्नीम्. त्रैलोक्य रावणमवाप्नुहि वीरपत्नीम्. बध्नेः सेतुमिहते यशसो वितत्यै. बध्नेः सेतुमिहते यशसो वितत्यै. गायन्ति दिग्विजयिनो यमुपेत्य भूपः. कामं प्रयाहि जहि विश्रवसोऽवमेहम् त्रैलोक्य रावणमवाप्नुहि वीरपत्नीम् पत्नीः सेतुमिह ते यशसो वितत्यै गायन्ति दिग्विजयिनो यमुपेत्य भूपः कामं प्रयाहि जहि विश्रवसोऽवमेहम् त्रैलोक्य रावणमवाप्नुहि वीरपत्नीम् बध्नीः सेतुमिह ते यशसो वितत्यै गायन्ति दिग्विजयिनो यमुपेत्य भूपः. Please chant. गायन्ति दिग्विजयिनो यमुपेत्य भूपः. कामं प्रयाहि जहि विश्रवसोऽवमेहम् त्रैलोक्य रावणमवाप्नुहि वीरपत्नीम् बध्नीः सेतुमिह ते यशसो वितत्यै गायन्ति दिग्विजयिनो यमुपेत्य भूपः. कामं प्रयाहि जहि विश्रवसोऽवमेहम् त्रैलोक्य रावणमाप्नुहि वीरपत्नीम् पत्नीः सेतुमिह ते यशसो वितत्यै गायन्ति दिग्विजयिनो यमुपेत्य भूपः. कामं प्रयाहि जहि विश्रवसोऽवमेहम् त्रैलोक्य रावणमवाप्नुहि वीरपत्नीम् बध्नीः सेतुमिह ते यशसो वितत्यै गायन्ति दिग्विजयिनो यमुपेत्य भूपः. More devotees. कामं प्रयाहि जहि विश्रवसोऽवमेहम् त्रैलोक्य रावणमिवाप्नुहि वीरपत्नीम् बध्नीः सेतुमिह ते यशसो वितत्यै गायन्ति दिग्विजयिनो यमुपेत्य भूपः. कामं प्रयाहि जहि विश्रवसोऽवमेहम् त्रैलोक्य रावणमवाप्नुहि वीरपत्नीम् बध्नीः सेतुमिह ते यशसो वितत्यै गायन्ति दिग्विजयिनो यमुपेत्य भूपः. Mataji's. Word for word meaning. Kamam, as you like. Prayahi, you may go over my water. Jahi, just conquer. Vishwavasaha, of Vishwamuni. Avameham, pollution, like urine. Trailokya, for the three worlds. Ravanam, the person known as Ravana, the cause of weeping. Avapnuhi, regain. Veera, O great hero. Patnim, your wife. Padnihi, just construct. Setum, a bridge. Iha, here, on this water. Te, of your good self. Yashasaha, fame. Vitatye, to expand. Gayanti, will glorify. Digvijayinaha, great heroes who have conquered all directions. Yam, which, bridge. Upetya, coming near. Bhupaha, great kings. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. My Lord, you may use my water as you like. Indeed, you may cross it and go to the abode of Ravana, who is the great source of disturbance and crying for the three worlds. He is the son of Vishwa, but he is condemned like urine. Please go kill him and thus regain your wife, Sita Devi. O great hero, although my water presents no impediment to your going to Lanka, please construct a bridge over it to spread your transcendental fame. Upon seeing this wonderfully uncommon deed of your lordship, all the great heroes and kings in the future will glorify you. Purport. It is said that a sun and urine emanates from the same source, the genitals. When a son is devotee or a great learned person, the seminal discharge for begetting a son is successful. But if the son is unqualified and brings no glory to his family, he is no better than urine. Here Ravana is compared to urine because he was a cause of disturbances to the three worlds. Thus the ocean personified wanted him killed by Lord Ramachandra. One feature of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramachandra, is omnipotence. The Lord can act without regard to material impediments or inconveniences. But to prove that he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and was not merely advertised as Godhead or elected by popular vote, he constructed a wonderful bridge over the ocean. Nowadays, it has become fashionable to create some artificial god who performs no uncommon activities. A little magic will bewilder a foolish person into selecting an artificial god because he does not understand how powerful God is. Lord Ramachandra, however, constructed a bridge over the water with stone by making the stone float. This is the proof of God's uncommonly wonderful power. Why should someone be accepted as God without displaying extraordinary potency by doing something never to be done by any common man? We accept Lord Ramachandra as the Supreme Personality of Godhead because he constructed this bridge. And we accept Lord Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead because he lifted Govardhan hill, which he was when he was only 7 years old. We should not accept any rascal as God or an incarnation of God, for God displays special features in his various activities. Therefore, the Lord himself says in the Bhagavatam 4:9, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo vetti tattvataha tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. One who knows the transcendental nature of my appearance and activities does not, upon leaving the body, take his birth again in this material world, but attains my eternal abode, O Arjuna. The activities of the Lord are not common. They are all transcendently wonderful and not able to be performed by any other living being. The symptoms of the Lord's activities are all mentioned in the Shastras. And after one understands them, one can accept the Lord as he is. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanshilakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Śrī Gurave Namaha Śrī Caitanya-Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katam Vahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Śrī Guruho Śrīyuta Padakamalam श्रीगुरोन् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन् इति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. कामं प्रयाहि जहि विश्रवस्वमेहं त्रैलोक्य रावणम अवाप्नुहि वीरपत्नीं पद्मिः सेतुं इहते यशसो वितत्यै गायन्ति दिग्विजयिनो यम उपेत्य भूपः. My Lord, you may use my water as you like. Indeed, you may cross it and go to the abode of Ravana, who is the great source of disturbance and crying for the three worlds. He is the son of Vishrava, but is condemned like urine. Please go to kill him and thus regain your wife Sita Devi. O great hero, although my water presents no impediment to your going to Lanka, please construct a bridge over it to spread your transcendental fame. Upon seeing this wonderfully uncommon deed of your lordships, all the great heroes and kings in the future will glorify you. Srila Prabhupada says, God does not have to become God. He is God. Just like, for example, Sri Krishna. Krishna in the lap of Mother Yashoda also was God. When he killed Putana, he was also God. He was in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, there also he was God. So God does not need to do some meditation and become God, but God is God, Supreme Personality of Godhead all the time. And God's supremacy has to be proven. That is why Sri Krishna comes and he performs wonderful activities. Guda Kapata Manushaha. Though he acts like a human, he disguised as a human, but he performs very, very wonderful activities. And that shows, that proves his supremacy, his prowess. Sri Krishna lifted Govardhan Hills when he was 7 years old. Similarly, Sri Ramachandra, here the context is, Lord Ramachandra has come to the ocean and he is waiting for 3 days. He is fasting and waiting that Samudra Devi will give the way. But Samudra Devi is not giving the way. Then, when Lord Ramachandra becomes very angry, his eyes become very red in fury. Infuriated, he becomes very angry, and just thus the fire emanating from his eyes starts boiling the water. And because of this, all the creatures, all the aquatics are perturbed, disturbed. And because of this, Samudra Dev personally comes, Varun Dev himself comes, and then making these prayers to Sri Ramachandra. There are prayers in the previously couple of shlokas. So this prayer, Samudra Dev or Varun Dev is saying that after that your fame is amazing. Nobody can create an obstacle to your path. You can use my water as you like. But my request is that you construct a bridge over my water so that in the future kings will glorify you. Who can construct a bridge? In Mumbai we have some small patches of bridge on the ocean. We have coming out from, what is that? Bandra Worli Sea Link. It's how much? 5 kilometers? Not even 5 kilometers, maybe 1 kilometer. 5 kilometers. 5 kilometers. But to create that 5 kilometers bridge, it takes so much of efforts. And that also is not going to last forever. After a few hundreds of years, it will be finished. And now one more bridge is coming up over the ocean. But just to create a small bridge of 5 kilometers, it takes so much of efforts. But here is Sri Ramachandra, who has created a bridge created by stones floating on the water. This is uncommon activity. not any human, no human can imitate it. And saying this, Lord will be glorified. So Lord creates such an amazing activities. Srila Radha Govinda Maharaj says that how Krishna supremacy has to be ascertained. Just like Lord Ramachandra came, and when he was looking angrily at the waters of the ocean, the water started boiling. So Maharaj says, if somebody claims to be God, then give him a glass of water. And then tell him, okay, look at this water, and with your eyes, with your vision, make this water boil. Make this water boil. If you are God, forget about the whole ocean. Take the glass of water and boil it just by looking at it. Nobody can do it. Similarly, just like when Samudra Manthan was taking place, then many incarnations of the Lord, 5-6 incarnations of the Lord occurred. And one incarnation was Kurma Avatar. Lord Kurma appeared to support the pivot, Meru Mandar. And the churning was going on. And Lord Kurmadev, he was feeling nice itching sensation, scratching sensation. So he fell asleep. Now Maharaj says that if somebody claims to be God, then bring him, tell him to lie down, so jao, let jao thoda. और हम थोड़ा 2-3 कुंटल का या 2-3 मन का 2-3 टन का कुछ बोल्स्टर रखेंगे, कुछ पत्थर रखेंगे, थोड़ा घिसेंगे, देखते हैं कि आपको नींद आती कि नहीं आती है. Maharaj says permanently सो जाएगा व्यक्ति. So that is Krishna supremacy. Nobody can imitate him. Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And whenever he comes, Krishna comes, he performs such amazing activities to attract the devotees' hearts. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya daskatam dharma samsthapanaya sambhavami yuge yuge. To attract the devotees' hearts, to please his devotees, to attract the hearts of the conditioned souls. Krishna does this. And then such pastimes are kindly recorded or mercifully recorded by the great devotees and preserved for centuries together, which are narrated again and again, by which, just by hearing these pastimes, Gaudiya-Vaishnava tapta jivanam, those who are tormented by the ocean of heat or heat of the troubles, tormented by the troubles, miseries of the material world, just by hearing these pastimes, Gaudiya-Vaishnava, the Krishna Katha, Amrita of Krishna Katha, hearing this, the tapta jivanam, they get relief from the heat of the material world. And that's why all this pastime. Earlier there was tradition actually that during the day people would do their activity, and evening they would come together and then discuss Ram Katha, Krishna Katha. But these days hardly all these things, especially after the electricity has come up. Electricity, everything is gone. Especially in the winter, they would put the bonfire in the center and everybody will come around together and discuss Ram Katha, Krishna Katha. So it was very fresh in everybody's mind, everybody's consciousness. But the days are gone now. Ramayana kept the culture alive. People would greet each other saying, Ram Ram. Actually, this is interesting. If you go to Vrindavan also, Mathura, Vrindavan they say Radhe Radhe. But if you go to some places like Mathura, they greet each other by saying Ram Ram, correct? Another was a testimony. So they greet each other by saying Ram Ram. So the culture was very alive. But slowly, as time passed, it has gone down. Ramayana, which is compiled in 24,000 shlokas, is done by, who is the Rachayita, who is the author of Ramayana? Valmiki Muni is the author of Ramayana. Now, every shloka of Ramayana is special. And if you go through the Sanskrit shlokas, it's very relishing, very relishable, very sweet. But somehow we don't have time, so we cannot go through all the shlokas. But we'll touch upon some parts. We'll see first the attachment of all the devotees towards Lord Ramachandra. And towards the end, we will see the most important shloka of Ramayana. Most important shloka of Ramayana. So most of the acharyas have commented on Ramayana after the Lord Ramachandra goes to the forest, Vanvas. There are 7, what do we say? Just like there are cantos in Bhagavatam. What is there in Ramayana? Kand. 7 kandas. Which are the 7 kandas? First is Bal Kand, Ayodhya Kand, Aranya Kand, Kishkinda Kand, Sundar Kand, Yuddha Kand and Uttar Kand. Devotees don't discuss the Uttar Kand because it's full of sorrow. We consider 6 of them most important. There's how Agni Pariksha, of Mother Sita. It's sorrowful, so we don't give that much importance. But six of them are most important. And the first one is about the pastimes of Sri Ramachandra in the childhood, and that is called as Balkand, also known as Bal Ramayana. How Lord Ramachandra played his pastimes in Śrīmad Bhagavatam 9th canto, 10th chapter and 11th chapter describes in brief the pastimes of Sri Ramachandra. Ramachandra, he was playing, and his pastimes like he stole the hearts of everybody. He was sitting in everybody's heart, ruling everybody's heart. And as the time came, Lord Ramachandra went to forest. Who came to Darshan Maharaj and asked for Ram and Lakshman? Vishwamitra Muni came and asked for Ram and Lakshman that please give your sons. All the Rakshasas have created havoc in the jungle. So we need somebody's help. And these two kids are competent for this. And Ram Lakshman went. And from there, the major description by many acharyas, majority of the acharyas is given in detail. So we'll go through some of the parts of discussion about Ramachandra, or Rama's pastimes. So Ramachandra, Lord Ram, was so dear to everybody in the heart, and everybody just desiring that even when Darshan Maharaj is living, he should coronate Ram as the king. At least Yuvraj, in the absence of Ram, Darshan Maharaj, whenever Darshan Maharaj goes out traveling, then he can take charge. And Dashrath means one who can fight single-handedly in all the 10 directions. He can fight in all the 10 directions. Unconquerable. The city Ayodhya, the meaning of the word Ayodhya is Ayodhya. Nobody can fight against this city. Nobody can conquer this city. No, not to speak of even conquering, but nobody can even fight against the ruler of the city, Ayodhya. And Dashrath Maharaj. And Ramachandra had such beautiful qualities. Actually, in the beginning it comes, in the beginning of Ramayana it's mentioned that Valmiki Muni came and asked, Narad Muni came and asked that who is that personality right now living on the planet who has the best of the 16 qualities? And the conversation marks the beginning of Ramayana. And then Valmiki all of a sudden spoke out that famous shloka that he saw the two cronch birds, and they were playing around, and then one hunter comes and shoots the arrow. One bird dies. In the pain of separation of this bird, the other bird also dies. And from this, a shloka comes out naturally. That is considered as the seed, the bij shloka of Ramayana. And as description goes further, as we said that Lord Ramachandra and Lakshman goes to the jungle. After a while, as time passes, everybody is desiring that Ram should be coronated as king. And then one day, sitting in the assembly in front of all the ministers and citizens, Ramachandra is looking at Dashrath Maharaj is looking at Ramachandra and glorifying the activities, deeds, the qualities. And there, after some time, he takes the mirror and tries to set his helmet, his crown. He was adjusting his helmet. And there he saw, next to the ear, there was a white hair. And immediately Dashrath Maharaj thought that this is an alarm, a signal that I should retire and coronate Ramachandra as the king. His Holiness Radha Govind Maharaj explained, this signal comes to the ear. White hair is a signal to the ear that time has come, now retire. But people in the material world, they are so much attached to the post and position that they don't want to give up. Prabhupada says in one class that politicians are so attached until and unless they are dragged down by the force of death, they are not killed, they don't give up the political seat. But when the time comes, one has to retire. In fact, the whole purpose of the life is to prepare for that last moment when we breathe last. Ante Narayana Smritihi. At the time of death, we can remember Lord Krishna, Lord Ramachandra. That is the goal of life. And everything should be done according to that goal. So Dashrath Maharaj thought of this, and then he called all the ministers, and he called all the sages also. He took advice, what should we do? How should we go ahead? And everybody agreed that yes, Ramachandra should be coronated as king. And Dashrath Maharaj asked, so what is the proper muhurta? What is the auspicious time? And all the sages in unison said that there is no need to search of any muhurta, auspicious muhurta. The moment when Ramachandra is coronated, all the planets will align themselves in the best way. The best muhurta will be created. That is the glory of Lord Ramachandra. In fact, Darshan Maharaj is glorified that most fortunate person, Saubhagyashali, because Lord Ramachandra is the abode of all the auspiciousness. He is personification of all the auspiciousness. And Darshan Maharaj has obtained Lord Ramachandra as his son in his home. So most glorified, most fortunate person, Darshan Maharaj. And then when he gets the information, okay, the best muhurta is whenever Lord Ramachandra is coronated, no need to see any muhurta. He said, Shubha Shigram. Let us do it as soon as possible. Why not do it tomorrow? And as the announcement was made, then everybody started preparing. As the news went out, everybody started preparing for coronation of Lord Ramachandra. Ayodhya city lit up. Even at night, people were preparing. And there were lights, there were lamps, decorations like we have a glimpse of that, not even a glimpse of that. What must have been at that time must be very high-class decoration. The Ramayana gives the description that the decoration was done. Many places, as conjunctions, the gates were created. At the doors, the pots were kept, mud pots with coconut in it and mango leaves in it, and then banana leaves at the gates were kept. See, auspicious signs. Vedic tradition creates the auspiciousness. So all these things were created, and to keep the dust not raising in the air, what was done? The rose water was scented. Rose water. The elephants were going, and then next to the elephant, the barrels filled with rose water. The elephants would take the rose water from the barrel and sprinkle it everywhere so that dust does not raise in the air. So that was the opulence. People say that now we are advancing as we approach the age of AI, artificial intelligence. We are advancing. But what kind of advancement it is? It is mentioned that in Śrīmad Bhagavatam we will find that in Dwarka, the description of Dwarka city is mentioned, that everything was made of high class, best class possible. The marble, then the lattice structure, just like we have lattice structure. Of course, it's covered by the flower right now. But there are net kind of structure, lattice structure here, right? Marble. So it's mentioned that from the lattice structure, the smoke of the aroma of aguru would come out. And saying this smoke, the peacocks would think that this is cloud. So the rainy season has come, and the peacocks would start making sound. Now I was just thinking that everywhere we find this word aguru, right? Just like when Putana was killed, then after burning Putana's body, what was the smell coming? Aguru. In Dwarka also the mention is about aguru. So I was thinking, what is so special about aguru? So I did some research on Google, what is aguru? It's mentioned that there is a special kind of tree, and the tree is very special. 1 out of 100 trees gets infection, gets a particular disease. And to fight that infection, the tree itself, because of the immunity power, it creates some kind of enzyme. Some chemical is secreted from the tree. And that one out of 100 trees gets this. And when the tree dries up, it becomes very hard. And because of these enzymes, because of this liquid, when the wood is burned, it gives nice aroma. And I checked the price of the aguru wood. The best class of aguru wood in the material world, it says AAA class. It's 150 lakhs. I converted to crores. It costed some, kitna tha? 1 crore 39 lakhs, something like that. 1.39 lakhs according to the conversion. 1.39 crores of rupees per kilogram. That is aguru wood. And that would be burned in Ayodhya city, in the Dwarka city. So special. So all the arrangement was made to coronate the the king, Yuvraj Ramachandra as the king. And all this arrangement, everybody was so happy, everybody was so jubilant. And then we hear that what happened at night. The next morning was awaited by everybody, that Ramachandra will be coronated as the king. And we know what happened at night. And we'll going through the brief of that. At night, when all the arrangement was going on, the mantra came to know this news that Ramachandra is going to be coronated as king. And she could not tolerate because she had some hidden motive. So she went to Kaikeyi and informed that, what is happening? And Kaikeyi said that, yes, I know, Ramachandra is going to be coronated as king. And just hearing this, mantra could not tolerate. she said that, there is a conspiracy going against you. What kind of conspiracy? How can there be any conspiracy against Ramachandra, against me? And then, cutting it short, when Kaikeyi started hearing the words of Manthara, who was giving all the information, ill information, because of hearing this ill information, wrong information, Kaikeyi started developing hatred towards Ramachandra. And it is said that Lord Ramachandra was so dear to all the mothers, and especially to Mother Kaikeyi. Ramachandra would not address Mother Kaushalya as mother, but he would address Kaikeyi as mother, and Kaushalya was addressed as elderly mother. That was the affection between Kaikeyi and Ramachandra. But the same affection turned into hatred. And then Kaikeyi said that, but what can I do? Everything is gone now. Mantra said that, you remember the two boons you have pending from Dashrath Maharaj? You go and take these 2 boons. And 2 boons are, one is, Ramachandra should be banished to forest and Bharat should become the king. Kaikeyi heard this and she went and asked the same 2 boons from Dashrath Maharaj. Dashrath Maharaj was crying. He could not control his emotions. He fainted. Again he got up. He was pleading, fell at the feet of his wife Kaikeyi. But Kaikeyi was very, very hard-hearted because of the words of or anti-preaching of Manthara. And anyways, the whole thing passed. And next morning, when the time came, Lord Ramachandra was called and he was informed that you have to go to forest. But there was no change in expression on the face of Sri Ramachandra. So that is the quality of Sri Ramachandra, equipoised. At the moment when he was informed that you are going to be coronated as king, there was no change in expression. And at the moment when he was informed that you have to go to forest, there was no change in expression. Just equipoised. That is how we should be in the life. Happiness comes, what's that shloka? Shanta, jitatmana prashantasya, paramatma samahitah, shitoshna sukha dukhesu, tatha mana apamanayoho. Jitatmana prashantasya, one who has conquered his senses, and prashantasya, his peaceful mind, for him Paramatma is already attained. Paramatma samahita, shitoshna sukha dukhesu, tatha mana apamanayoho. He is equipoised in Shit Ushna, in cold and heat. Similarly in Shitoshna Sukha Dukkha, in happiness and distress. And Tatha Mana Apamanahu, he is insulted or praised or respected. No difference in expression. That is how we want to become equipoised. So Lord Ramachandra had that quality, epitomized that quality. Very important lesson from here. That because Mother Kaikeyi heard the anti-preaching of Manthara and took the wrong association, Lord Ramachandra, who was so dear to her heart, she sent Ramachandra to the forest, away from her, away from herself. Similarly, when we also take wrong association, we will send Krishna away from our life. And all kinds of, we have, on the name of friendship, people say, okay, let's go do this, college, friends, and so many things, movies. But on the name of friendship, if we just go in the flow, then we will lose Krishna, we will lose Ramachandra. Even if we don't talk about spirituality, attaining God as goal of life, even material happiness will not be there if you have wrong association. Because Vedic life teaches us how to enjoy. Even materially, Vedic life teaches us how to enjoy properly. So if we keep ourselves centered around Krishna, life is centered around Krishna, then we can have a very happy life. Otherwise, miserable life. And the moment we go away from Krishna, or we choose to keep Krishna away from us, we invite all the miseries in life. Anyways, this boon was asked by Dashrath Maharaj, by Kaikeyi. Dashrath Maharaj gave these boons. And when Lakshmana got to know this, Lord Ramachandra was ready. He put the sannyasi vesh and he was going. And when Lakshmana got to know this, Lakshmana started talking to Ramachandra. Lord Ramachandra instructed him, gave instructions. And he was just keeping his head down. He was hearing. But after a while, when his chance came, he started putting arguments. And he said that what kind of dharma it is. If it is that dharma which stops you from becoming the king, I hate that dharma. If that is the dharma which brings you irreputation, I hate that dharma. If Dashrath Maharaj is an obstruction, he is telling you to go to forest, I will chop off the head of Dashrath Maharaj and you become the king. So the attachment of Lakshmana towards Ramachandra is very, very strongly exhibited here. All the devotees have only one desire, that Ram should get the pleasure, not me. So turn by turn we'll see about Ramachandra, we'll see about Mother Sita, we'll see about Bharat, we'll see about Jatayu. All of them, how they have attachment, affection for Lord Ramachandra. So we'll go through some shlokas. It's very beautiful. Similarly, when Sita Devi was told that you don't come to forest, and what kind of argument Sita Devi has? Requests, insistence. First, Lord Ramachandra instructs Lakshmana, and then Lakshmana ji puts arguments. We'll see some shlokas. After hearing Rama, who spoke thus, Lakshmana, with his face turned down, seemed to repeatedly totter between distress and delight in his mind. Prince Lakshmana then frowned his eyebrows and sighed like an angered great snake in a hole of a box. Just like in a box, a snake is put and is angry. Similarly, Lakshmana is becoming angry now, frowned his eyes. His face with his frowned eyebrows appeared like the face of an angry lion and was terrifying in appearance. Shaking his hand like the trunk of an elephant that shakes sideways above and below his body, Lakshmana spoke to his brother while moving his head and while casting a sidelong glance at him. He's not straight directly looking at Ramachandra. He's like looking sidelong glance angrily. And then he says, "You are now in a very great hurry to go to the forest to ward off the great apprehension of the people in general, taking into consideration the defects in not following dharma. This is not the right occasion for that. O competent one, O best of the Kshatriyas, how can a sober person like you speak like this about providence, which is incompetent?" Now Lord Ramachandra has instructed about providence. Whatever is the will of providence, we have to follow. And then Lakshmanaji is talking about providence. What kind of providence is that? What is the providence that you are glorifying? It is meant to be pitied upon, and it is devoid of any potency. How is it that you don't understand that the king and Kaikeyi are sinful? He's talking about Dashrath Maharaj is sinful. About Kaikeyi is sinful. Attachment, it's all no hatred, but it's all coming out of the affection and love for Ramachandra, that it has covered up everything else. There are clever people in the world who use the pretext of dharma. O one whose mind is devoted to dharma, don't you understand that this is the well planned between Queen Kaikeyi and King Dashrath, deceitfully with a desire to jeopardize our interests? And then he talks about providence. I hate that providence. I hate the dharma. Even in your mind, how can you fulfill the desire of these two people who are so whimsical, harmful, constantly inimical, and who go by the name of parents? Lakshmana is saying, on the name of parents, they are so constantly inimical, harmful, whimsical. Even if you think that the agreement between Queen Kaikeyi and our father to cancel your coronation was due to providence, you should disagree that providence. I am not fond of that providence. A different person devoid of heroism takes shelter of providence. A diffident person devoid of heroism takes shelter of providence. Heroic, self-confident persons do not take shelter of providence. That person who is capable of overcoming providence by manly power is not hampered in his purpose to suffer. Today, people will observe the competence of providence versus man. Providence versus man. Today, the distinction between providence and man will become obvious. He's saying that you rule over. Don't think about the providence. So many shlokas just to criticize the providence. It says, O king, those who secretly resolve to banish you to the forest will be banished to the forest for 14 years. जिन्होंने आपको वनवास जाने के लिए अरेंजमेंट किया है, वो आज वनवास जाएंगे. So I will destroy the great thirst of our father and that lady who endeavors to give the kingdom to her by destroying your coronation. The strength of providence will not lead to happiness the way my fierce competence flourishes on the basis of my strength by leading my opponent to unhappiness. So many shlokas like this. Anyways, Lord Ramachandra, as usual, he is the elder brother, so he commands and then he dominates and he convinces. He does not listen to anybody. He says, Prana jaya par vachan na jai, Raghukul reet sada chali ai, Prana jaya par vachan na jai. It has never happened in the history that anybody has gone back from his words in the Raghu dynasty. And then, okay, Lakshmanji is agreed. He is going to the forest. He speaks all his words, desirable words, to convince that you stay back, but Lord Ramachandra does not agree. So his affection is shown here. And after this, who starts speaking? Lord Ramachandra goes to Mother Sita. And Sita Devi ke saath, what is the conversation? Let's hear that. It's very interesting. Sita Devi requests Lord Ram, as she hears that Ramachandra has to go to forest. Sita Devi says that while giving me in your hand, my father had told me that whatever happiness comes to Ramachandra, your husband, half of that will be shared by you. And whatever distress comes in his life will be yours 50%. So if you are going to forest, I will also go to forest. But then Lord Ramachandra says, no. What is that description? Let's hear in the detail. Conversation between Sri Ramachandra and Sita Devi. Kaushali also gives permission situationally, not desiring. Now, Vaidehi had not yet heard any of that. I mean, the news was not heard by Vaidehi, Sita Devi. She was absorbed in austerities while thinking in her heart that Lord Ramachandra's coronation as a crown prince was going on. Having personally completed her worship of God, she was aware of her etiquette and delighted in heart. Well aware of the features of a king, she waited for the king's son, Rama. Now, Mother Sita is very in anticipation, waiting that Lord Ramachandra will come and give the great news, the happiness news. Then Rama entered his home. It was very well decorated and filled with delighted people. Therefore, he became embarrassed and slightly turned his head down. So, palace was very decorated, and then he is going to give the news, which is completely opposite. So, he turned his head down. Then, Sita got up from her seat and, while trembling in fear, saw her husband anguished in distress, his senses agitated by anxiety. Upon seeing her, Raghava, whose mind was devoted to dharma, could not suppress the distress in his mind. So he revealed his distressful condition to Sita Devi. Observing his face to be discolored and that he was perspiring and impatient, she became anguished and distressed and asked him, "My dear Lord, what is this sadness at this time of delight?" Everybody is saying that Ramachandra is going to become the king. And what brings this unhappiness, distress on your face? Your beautiful face does not shine while being covered over by 100 ribbed umbrellas, as white as the foam of water. Your face with your lotus eyes is not fanned by 2 excellent chamara fans that shine with the illumination of the moon and a swan. And it is very detailed. I am reading from the book Ramayana, translated by His Grace Vidwan Gaurang Prabhu, a very senior devotee, a disciple of Śrī Caitanya-Caritāmṛta Swami Maharaj. So I am reading from that translation, shloka by shloka. So after inquiring all these things, Lord Ramachandra says, the beloved child of the Raghus then told Sita, who had thus asked him about all of this, "Sita, my worshipable father has exiled me to the forest." Now Lord Ramachandra straightforward speaks the news that mujhe jungle jana hai, we have to go to forest, exile. What is the response? And then Lord Ramachandra gives in detail that this is the 2 boons pending to be given by Dashrath Maharaj to Kaikeyi, and Kaikeyi asked these 2 boons. And as a result, myself, I have to go to the jungle. I'll be following Dharma. He gives in detail, I'll be going to Dandakarani forest. And Bharata will become the king. And then he instructs what should be done. Lord Ramachandra instructs Sita Devi what should be done in my absence. Waking up early in the morning after worshipping the Deva according to scriptural regulations, you should honor my father King Dashratha. Every day when I am not there, get up and worship my father Dashrath. My mother Queen Kaikeyi Kaushalya is old and emaciated due to agony. She deserves your honor, for she has kept Dharma alone in the forefront. You should always honor my other mothers, for my mothers have equal love, affection and care for me. You should especially consider Bharat and Shatrughna, who are dearer to me than my very life, to be like a brother or a son to you. You should never ever act displeasingly to Bharat, because he is now the king and master of the country and the family. So Lord Ramachandra is giving instructions. And after all these instructions, just hearing, and Sita Devi becomes very, very angry. You can say, drafting the scripts in the mind as she is hearing this. Now, Sita requests Lord Ramachandra that please take me also. The words, what are the words of Sita Devi? But when Ram spoke to her thus, Vaidehi, who deserved to be spoken to pleasingly, who spoke pleasingly, became very angry, but only out of affection, and told her husband the following. Sita Devi, who never spoke angrily, she now becomes angry out of affection for Ramachandra. She says, what she says? Prince Ram, what are you saying? Even if I laugh upon hearing your words of thoughtlessness resolution. Even I laugh upon hearing of your words of thoughtlessness resolution. I laugh. She becomes angry. Says, O king, what you have said is unfit to be spoken by heroes, princes, and knower of the usage of the weapons and arrows. It leads to infamy, and it should not be heard by anyone. Dear Aryaputra, a husband's father, mother, brother, and son and daughter-in-law engage in their respective pious and impious activities and consequently experience their respective results of such piety and impiety. O prince, but a wife alone attains the results of activities of her husband. Therefore, I have also been instructed to live in the forest along with you. Now Sita Devi says this, take me also in the forest. For a woman, neither one's father, nor her son, nor herself, nor her mother, nor her friends are her shelter in this life and in the next. Their constant and only shelter is their husband. This is interesting shloka. Raghava, if you are ready to go to the inaccessible forest today, I will go ahead of you, stepping on the thorns to make them as soft as grass. This shloka marks interesting shloka. Agrataste gamishyami mridnanti kushakantakan. Sita Devi is saying that Lord Ramachandra asked, what will you do? Sita Devi said, I will go ahead of you and crush all the stones and thorns and make the path soft for you. This shloka also gives indication that Mother Sita Devi will go ahead before Ramachandra to Lanka, and Lord Ramachandra has come to kill Ravana, but she will go and make the path ready. So she makes the arrangement so that Ramachandra can come and kill Ravana. And then Ramachandra says, but it's very full of dangers. Setting aside jealousy and anger like remnant water, fearlessly take me. O hero, there is no sin in me. Under all circumstances, the shade of one's husband's feet is better than the best of the palaces, airplanes, or the pathways of the sky. My mother and fathers have instructed me in many ways about how I should deal with my husband. So I don't need to be instructed on this now. So Lord Ramachandra is giving instructions, do this, do this, do this. And then Sita says, my father and mother have sufficiently given me instructions. I don't need to get any instructions from you. Just do what I am telling you. I will go to the forest even if it is impossible, devoid of men, crowded with many beasts and resorted by many tigers and wolves. I will happily reside in the forest as if in my father's house. I do not care for the events, even and opulences of the world, of three worlds. I only care for my service to my husband. O hero, serving you constantly as regulated as brahmacharini, I will be happy with you in the forests that are filled with fragrances of honey, of fresh flowers. And so many requests are made like this. Now, Lord Ramachandra is trying to convince that, see, the forest path is not so easy. There are so many animals, there are so many beasts, there are rakshasas going around, they'll eat you up. They are eager to eat humans. And you have been brought up in a very, very princely arrangement, very, very princely atmosphere. In fact, Mother Sita had never stepped down on the earth. Mother Sita had never stepped on the earth. When Sita Devi would go on the soft grass also, her lotus feet will get the marking of the soft grass. That's soft. And Lord Ramachandra is trying to convince that how will you be able to take the austerities? It's not possible. And replying to this, first Ramachandra, there are chapters. First Sita Devi requests Lord Ramachandra, take me to the forest. Next chapter is about Lord Ramachandra refuting the request of Mother Sita. There is an entire chapter of that. What kind of arguments he gives. He says, Sita, you are from a great dynasty and always absorbed in dharma. Carry out your specific dharma in this situation, not what is pleasing to your mind. Don't hear to your mind. Follow dharma. Sita, you are weak. Just do what I tell you, because there are many difficulties in the forest. Listen to me as I describe them. Now Lord Ramachandra is describing the difficulties in the forest. What are the difficulties? It's filled with dangers. What are the dangers? I'm speaking these words only for your good. I don't consider that there will be constant happiness. A forest is nothing but misery. The roars of lions living in the mountain caves are enhanced in the mountains and waterfalls. They are painful to hear. Therefore, a forest is a misery. Why? So, this series of shloka ends with the word Shrutum Dukkham Ato Vanam. That is why forest is a misery. Why? Because there are so many lions roaring. And especially in the mountain caves, the echo effect and the lions roaring becomes very painful to hear. Waterfalls. Then it says, fearless, sportive, proud and great creatures in the lonely forest will assail us as soon as they see us. Sita, therefore, a forest is misery. filled with crocodiles, the very muddy rivers with mad elephants at all times cannot be crossed. Therefore, a forest is a more misery. The pathways are filled with creepers and thorns, resounding with the sounds of the forest cocks, very difficult to traverse, and without water. Therefore, a forest is a misery. A forest dweller sleeps on the beds of leaves, which have withered and fallen off from the trees by themselves on the ground at night when one is exhausted by fatigue. Therefore, a forest is more a misery. He is saying that it's not very comfortable bed. It's dry leaves which have already withered around and fallen by itself from the tree. One has to sleep on that. Very miserable condition. At dawn and dusk, with a controlled mind, a forest dweller should be satisfied with eating fruits that have fallen from the tree by themselves. Sita, a forest is therefore a misery. Maithili, one who wears the dress of a bark should engage in fasting to the best of his ability and wear matted hairs. Every day one should honor according to the spiritual prescriptions the Devas, forefathers and uninvited guests who have arrived. One should, and then further description is given. So Lord Ramachandra is kind of frightening Sita Devi. It's not very easy. You are thinking that you will come with me in the forest for exile, but it's filled with so many vultures, so many beasts, animals, crocodiles, filled with thorns, pebbles, stones. So not a very nice place to stay. And after hearing all this, then eating austerities are mentioned, rivers are mentioned. After hearing all this, Sita Devi persists in requesting him to take her to the forest. Sita Devi, very, very strong words. Sita Devi became sad upon hearing these words of Ramachandra. With some tears in her face, she softly spoke the following words. Now, the Sita Devi had tears in her eyes, and she starts speaking these words. What are the words? Very strong words. Know that all that you have described as disadvantages of living in the forest are actually advantages for me in my affection for you. Just like Srila Bhaktivedanta Thakur says that, my dear Lord, whatever anxiety and troubles come in serving you, they are actually my ecstasies. So Sita Devi says that this will all be advantages for me in serving you. Raghava, deers, lions, elephants, tigers, and 8-legged sharabhas, birds, gavayas, oxen, and all others that dwell in the forest will flee away upon seeing your form, because they would not have seen such a form in the past. Everyone is frightened of danger. So my dear Lord Ramachandra, just by seeing your form, all these 8-legged animals, 4-legged animals, everybody will flee, because nobody has seen such a form like yourself. On the order of the Gurus, I should go with you, Rama. Separated from you, I will give up my life here. Raghava, even Shakra, the Lord of the demigods, is not capable of attacking me with all his powers when I am near you. Nobody can attack me. So when we are close to Krishna, to Ramachandra, nobody can harm us. As Prabhupada used to mention many times, that Rakhe Krishna Mare Krishna Rakhe ke. We should have the firm faith that nothing can harm, nothing can touch us if we are clasping the lotus feet of Krishna very, very strongly. Just like you hear many times, there's somebody recently, Air India crash in Ahmedabad. So many people died, but one person was saved. And nobody knows how he was saved. He saw himself the fireball coming out, and he ran away from that. He came out of that. Nobody knows how it happened. We hear many times, just like there was earthquake and the building collapsed, 15-story building collapsed. In the debris, under debris, there was a small infant baby, newly born baby. Nothing happened to that baby. How? Because Krishna wants to protect him. So when Krishna wants to protect us, nobody can kill anybody. And when Krishna wants to kill, then nobody can save, nobody can protect. So we should have firm faith, firm conviction in the heart that nothing can happen if we take shelter of Krishna. Oftentimes in our life, such situation will come. This versus this. My material life versus Krishna. Shelter of Krishna versus material shelters. सबके जीवन में आता है. Everybody gets this? Raise your hand. Everybody gets it. A simple example is, most of the devotees are students here. There is a probable mass bunk, or you have to submit the assignment, or you have yatra to Nashik or Ahobilam. Comes in everybody's life, correct? Now you take a decision. Class bunk करके यात्रा जाऊं. Now I have observed many times that many times devotees think that no, I'll have to take care of of course we should be dutiful, we should take care of it. But oftentimes it is observed that devotees think that okay, let me go with this marks or test or classes, they stay back. And then all the devotees go to the yatra. They get to know after some time that there was mass bunk. The class was cancelled. Na idhar ka na, na idhar ka na. Kuch nahi mila. So of course, we should be very dutiful. We should do things, we should plan things properly. But we should have firm faith that despite of all these things, when, what is that? Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara. Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhuti Dhruvaniti Matirmama. Sanjay says that this is my opinion. Wherever there is the supreme archer, Arjuna, where there is supreme mystic, master of all the mystics, Krishna, there will be victory, all auspiciousness, and all the morality. Tatra Shri, opulence, Shri Vijayo, all the victory will exist wherever there is Krishna. So we should have firm faith. Sometimes it happens, so exams are coming, or some situation, deadlines of project, and probably I'm chanting 16 rounds, let me reduce to 8 rounds or 4 rounds, and after 4 days I'll count my rounds. It happens sometimes. It happened with me when I started chanting 16 rounds. First time when I approached the unit test exam, midterm exam, 3 days exam. And I thought that 3 days I'll not chant. On the third day after all the papers are over, I'll chant 48 rounds. 3 days ka. And I did that. 2 days, but it was so horrible experience. After that, I never did that. So we should have firm faith. Whatever happens, if we have firm shelter of Krishna, then nothing can harm. Parikshit Maharaj was sitting and just hearing Krishna Katha for 7 days, 7 nights. No water break, nothing. But then, what happened? He met the ultimate victory of life, ultimate attainment of life. So Sita Devi is saying same thing, that if I am at your shelter, nobody, not even the master of demigods, can harm me. A woman who is without her husband cannot survive. Rama, you have often instructed me in this manner. You have instructed me that a woman without the husband cannot survive. You have instructed me. So how can I give up your company now? You have to take me. Moreover, O greatly wise one, in my father's home I have heard from Brahmanas learned in astrology that I would really have to live in a forest. She is saying all these words. So that I have heard from all the people, from parents, from Brahmanas. I was actually supposed to receive this fate of living in the forest as prophesied by them. Dear Rama, I will go to the forest with you, not by myself. I will go with you. She has spoken now Shastric arguments. Lord Ramachandra is not yet budged. His determination of not taking Sita is not changed. Then, so many shlokas in detail. Again, she is speaking Shastras. Her father protects her in her childhood. Her husband protects her in her youth. Her sons protect her in her old age. After her husband's death, a woman should not be given independence. O greatly learned one, intelligent one, this pious statement from the Shrutis is heard from illustrious Brahmanas. The woman who has been given by her grandfather and other elders to a man in marriage with water in accordance with their specific dharma, that man's wife in this life and even after death. So she is requesting, please take me with you, please take me with you. If you do not want to take me, who am thus distressed, to the forest, I will resort to poison, fire or water to kill. Now, Lord Rama is not changed in expression. So Mother Sita is taking next step now. Threatening that if you don't take me, then I'll take poison, I'll jump in the water, I'll kill myself. She thus requested him in many ways to allow her to go with him in the forest. The great armed lord, however, did not agree to take her to the lonely forest. When Maithili was thus spoken to thus, she became filled with anguish and appeared to drench the floor with the hot tears gliding round from her eyes. Her eyes are filled with tears, hot tears, and the ground was filled with hot tears. Now, how Mother Sita convinces Lord Ramachandra to take lessons? We should be very persistent to Krishna for mercy. Please, Krishna, please give me your mercy. When Janaka's daughter Maithili was consoled by Sri Rama, she spoke the following to her husband to explain why she should reside in the forest with him. Sita, greatly agitated, derided the broad-chested Raghava out of love and possessiveness. Rama, won't my father of Videha, the ruler of Mithila, think that he got you, a woman in the form of a man, as his son-in-law? Very strong word. Mother says, saying that my father Videha, ek Sanskrit shloka. Kim tvamanyata videha pita me mithiladhipaha. My father, the king of Mithila. Rama jamataram prapya striyam purusha vigraham. She is saying very strong words. Probably my father, Janaka, has given me in the hands of a woman who is in the form of a man. Very strong words. Rama, don't... Okay. Alas, the words that people speak in ignorance, Rama, who shines like the sun, possesses supreme prowess, are false because it is not so. People say that Ram has so much prowess, but it is not true because you don't have the prowess. What did you do to become morose? Why are you so frightened that you want to abandon me, who has no shelter other than you? O hero, consider me to be like Savitri, who had completely controlled her mind and who was devoted to her husband, Satyavan, the son of Dyumatsena. Sinless Raghava, even in my mind I will not see any man other than you, like any other woman who defiles her dynasty. Therefore I will go with you, O Rama. But like a man who lives off his wife, you personally want to give me your chaste wife married to you in my maidenhood and who has lived with you for a long time to others. Sinless Rama, become a constantly submissive servant of that person whose good you talk about and for whose sake you restrain me. You should not depart to the forest without taking me. Let me be with you for performance of austerities on residence in the forest or departure to Svarga. And like during walks and sleep, there will be no exhaustion whatsoever for me, who will walk behind you on the path. With you, the Kusha and Kasha stalks of reed and the thorny trees on the path will be as soft as cotton and deer skin for me. Delightful Rama, I consider the dust that will scatter over me by great winds to be excellent and fragrant sandalwood dust. So all these more words, more stronger arguments, she convinces Ramachandra that please, and then Ramachandra agrees, okay, we will go together. So that is how we should be very, very persistent to Krishna for mercy. Krishna, please give me your mercy. Devotees of Krishna, without Krishna's devotion, Krishna's mercy, devotees' mercy, we don't have any existence. So we should be firmly fixed on this. We should be persistent. And when devotees see that he is really serious about this, then we can be given mercy. Okay, Lord Ramachandra then takes Mother Sita and Lakshman and they go to the forest. And after some time, who comes? Bharata comes. Actually, Ramayana is full of all the sacrifices for Lord Ramachandra. Bharata comes. Bharata was completely unaware of all these happenings. When Bharata comes, he was sent by a messenger. The king sent the messenger that go and bring Bharata. And they told that don't inform Bharata that your father has left. And what is the situation of Ayodhya? Your brother has gone to forest, don't inform this. When Bharata is entering the precincts of the Ayodhya, while entering the precincts of Ayodhya, he is talking to the charioteer. What happened? Why the glow of Ayodhya is not as usual? The gardens are supposed to be filled with so many men and women. So much of noise. I don't hear any noise. It seems that the homes are not clean for many, many months. It's filled with dust. The auspiciousness signs is gone. The people are distressed. People don't have any life. What brings all these things? Before that, Bharat also has got dreams that Dashrath Maharaj is sitting on the iron throne and his clothes are torn. He is garlanded with red flowers and he's smeared with red sandalwood. And all these very, very inauspicious signs were visible in the dream. And he became very disturbed. When he came back, after coming back, he goes immediately to Dashrath Maharaj. He did not find Dashrath Maharaj. And seeing this, he goes to Kaikeyi. And he asks Kaikeyi, what happened? Kaikeyi says that, she says that your father Dashrath has met same destiny as all the everybody creatures and insects meet. That means everybody has gone to the abode of death. Your father also has gone to abode of death. She did not expect that Bharat will become very angry. Bharat became very angry. And he says, but what caused the death? What disease did he have? And then Kaikeyi spoke that I have arranged all the arrangement for you. I made all arrangements so that you can become the king. Hearing this, Bharat became very, very distraught. He fainted first. He could not accept this news. And then when he got to know that Kaikeyi has done this, he became more angry. He told that, had you not been my mother, I would have killed you. I would have rejected you. I am not doing this just because Ramachandra also accepts you as mother. So I am not rejecting you. Very strong, harsh words, shloka by shloka, there is so much description. Anyways, so after this, he goes to Kaushalya. And Kaushalya also is very angry because she is thinking that the Bharat was part of this plot, conspiracy. And Kaushalya Devi speaks very, very strongly that what your mother has got, what gain your mother has got by sending Ram to the forest and Dashrath away from us. And Bharat hears this, he is very tormented with pain. Tears gliding off from his eyes. He again faints. Again he got up. And then he said that, my dear mother, I have no part in this. I am not part of this plot. And seeing the honesty of Bharat, Kaushalya also understands. She takes Bharat in the lap and smells like a mother, lion mother smells the head of a cub. Similarly, she smells the head of the Bharat Maharaj. All this incident is past. All the citizens are looking Bharat in a very angry mood. He is the victim. He is the culprit. He is the culprit. And Bharat, with no intention, is innocently, but tolerating all these things. He goes to the next day. On the 10th day, he called the assembly and said that tomorrow we are going, actually even before that, all the ministers said that now you have to become the king, because in the absence of a king, the citizens will be perturbed, all the adharma will prevail. So you have to become the king. You have to be coronated. The next morning, Bharat comes to the court, all the auspicious paraphernalia are arranged. Whatever you can see, Havan, Yajna Kunda, for Abhishekam some arrangement is done. The Mukuta is there, Ayodhya Mukuta is there. And vermilion, whatever you consider, all these auspicious things are there. And just imagine, just like sometimes sannyas ceremony takes place, all these arrangements are made. Or the temple opening ceremony, all the arrangements are made. Bharata comes and sees all this arrangement is made. And he does the pradakshina of all these things, all the articles, paraphernalia. He says, with all these articles, I will coronate Ram even in the forest and bring him back as a king. And he orders, tomorrow we are all going to forest. And now for going, he calls all the experts. There's a lot of detailed description. He says, all the artisans are called. All the civil engineers are called. He said, the expert at leveling the ground, you level the ground. Chop off all the trees, level the ground, make a wide highway. So the whole Ayodhya city has to go to the forest for bringing Ram. He cannot come alone. Just like there was this arrangement that Govinda Devji, before being in Jaipur, he was in Vrindavan. And when Govinda Devji was brought to Jaipur, actually there was a place called Amer, a small village called Amer. But it was the king thought that how can Lord stay? The king stay in this place. The Thakurji can stay in this place, a village. There has to be entire city in the honor of the Lord. So that is why the whole Jaipur city, Pink City, was developed. There are so many amazing arrangements. Anyways, the honor of the Lord, Bharat says that tomorrow the whole Ayodhya city is going to bring the Lord Ramachandra back. And all the engineers are called. Expert at leveling the ground, you should level the ground. Cut off the trees. Going further, I don't want to read the description, we don't have time. Then the experts were sent that the gardeners, you should level the ground and make gardens at intervals. There should be canals for regular flows where low streams, small streams of water is flowing. At intervals, there should be lakes filled with large amount of water. And there should be lotuses budding in that. There should be regular camps where we will be halting. They were constructed the 7-story buildings, whitewashed, painting was done on that. So elaborate arrangement was done. Washermen were taken so that their clothes can be washed regularly. Laundry was to be done. All the arrangement was done. And after all this, anyways, Bharat goes and meets Ramachandra. And how Lord Bharat meets Lord Ramachandra. There's another very touching description. The point here is, again, the affection and attachment to Ramachandra. Not for myself, everything for Krishna, everything for Lord Ramachandra, nothing for myself. And when they look at each other, then that famous pastime comes that as Bharata is approaching with the whole army, again, Bharat has to cross through so many barriers and suspectful eyes. Everybody is looking at Bharat with a very angry mood. Everybody is looking at Bharat as he goes ahead. The Vasishtha Muni, of course, the conversation is over. As he goes ahead, then Guha meets. Guha also thinks that he has some plan. He has some ill plans. He has come with a big army. Again, consolling Guha, he goes forward. As he goes forward, Lord Ramachandra sees that the dust is raising in the air. The famous pastime. And Lord Ramachandra says, the Lakshman, just see, some dust is raising in the air. See what's there, who is there. Lakshman climbs to the tree and he sees that there is upraising of the dust. Nothing is visible, huge army, but nothing is visible. Just on the top, the Raghuvamsha flag is visible. Lakshman comes down and says, my dear Lord, same Bharat is not satisfied by sending us to the forest. He wants to come and kill us so that we don't go back after 14 years. Just give me permission. I'll go and single-handedly finish all of them. And Lord Ram says, Lakshman, chill down. You want the kingdom? There's no need of any fight. Let Bharat come. I'll just tell him, and upon just telling him once, he will hand over the kingdom. And Lakshman becomes very morose again. So then Lakshman approaches, and how? Just looking at Lord Ramachandra in the sannyasi vesh, Jatadhari, he has matted locks of hairs, in the tree bark, sannyasi vesh, and the bow is still there, but we cannot see the scene of Lord who is who deserves to be adorned with the gorgeous royal clothes. Bharat cannot see Ramachandra in sannyasi vesh, so he faints. Again, after a while, he composes himself, he gets up. Again, looking at Ramachandra, he faints. Again, he gets up. Multiple times this happens. And as he approaches, Lord Ramachandra embraces him. And with the tears, Bharat washes the lotus feet of Lord Ramachandra. And this is a lot of detailed description. After this, Bharat says that, please come back. Ramachandra smiles. And then he says, no way. Bharat says that, he tells his dialogue, these words to Kaikeyi, chastising Kaikeyi, that never ever in the dynasty, not to speak of our dynasty, any dynasty in the whole history, never ever it has happened that the younger brother is coronated as king. Always the tradition has been that the elder brother is coronated as king. But because of you, the tradition will be reversed today. And I will be subject of ill fame. And our dynasty will be spotted. That this dynasty has transgressed the law of always coronating the elder brother because of you. Anyways, then he tells same thing to Ramachandra. No discussion. Lord Ramachandra, who can budge him from his determination? Then, before going back, Bharat Maharaj brought the Paduka of Lord Ramachandra and puts the Paduka. Please put your lotus feet on this. And this will be the king, worshipable object, your representative, and I'll be as your proxy, 14 years waiting for you. So going to the place, Nandi Gram, outside in the precincts of Ayodhya, Bharat stayed for 14 years in a hut, matted locks of hairs, and having lesser facilities than Ramachandra. If Lord Ramachandra slept on the floor, then Bharat slept below floor. He dug a ground and made a pit, and he slept below the same level. Having all the austerities, he slept on the floor and told Ramachandra that, my dear Lord, I'll wait for 14 years, and 14 years and more than one 14 years, one day more than that, one day delay, and you will find Bharat entered in the fire. So Lord Ramachandra takes it. For 14 years, he'll just pass like this, don't worry. All the pastimes done, and then he comes back. The point to be mentioned here is that Bharata also had so much attachment, affection for Lord Ramachandra. Everything for Lord Ramachandra, nothing for myself. Similarly, Sita Devi went to all the extent to taking the austerities for the pleasure of Ramachandra, to serve Ramachandra. Bharat accepted so much of insult for Ramachandra. Similarly, in our life also it may happen that we may face insults, but we should not get away from Krishna consciousness. Similarly, Lakshman also took all the insult, austerities. Lakshman did not sleep for 14 years. No sleep for 14 years. Just imagine if we do night out for 7 days or 8 days for our exam times. And we are in deranged state of mind. We don't know we are walking or sleeping or standing. Lakshman, 14 years did not sleep. The source of spiritual strength, Guru, Adi Guru. Similarly, Jatayu, elaborate pastime, how Jatayu fought against Ravana and he was benedicted with doing the Antim Sanskar by Sri Ramachandra personally. Similarly, so many pastimes. But now, though we don't have time, we'll take 2-3 minutes and end the last shloka, Charam shloka. Lakshmana. So, the best shloka, there was a king called Vikramaditya. Sabne suna hai naam? Vikram Vetal suna? Vikram Vetal. Same Vikram Vetal wala. So, Vikramaditya, he heard Ramayana, about Ramayana. He said, I want to hear the whole Ramayana, but the whole Ramayana I don't want to study properly because it's very vast. Who will study it? But he told the ministers that find out which is the most important shloka of Ramayana. The best shloka of Ramayana, most important shloka. He told all the ministers, whoever finds will get 1,000 gold coins. There was a minister called Viraruchi. Vararuchi. He went around for so many days. He could not find what is the best shloka. He went asked Brahmanas. Brahmanas did not know. Many did not know. Everybody said their own opinion. Exhausted after many days, he was sitting under a tree. At night, he was very tired. And he was thinking, how will I get this? And on the top, on the tree, he heard two people conversing. There were two pishachis. The witches, they were talking. And they were conversing amongst each other. One pishachi says, you know that newly born girl who in the Shudra family, very low, you know who is going to marry her? And the other pishachi says, I don't know. The first pishachi says, I got to know. I have found out answer who is going to marry. And the second pishachi asks, who is that person who is going to marry? And the first says, the person who is sitting below, the Vararuchi, he is going to marry. Who doesn't know the most important shloka? Mam Vidhivala shloka. And then when this minister Vararuchi heard this, who are these people? I just came and sat here and they know everything about me. I don't know about this most important shloka, Mam Vidhi shloka. At least he got this hint, the Mam Vidhivala shloka is the most important shloka. So he went around and started getting the detail. What is that Mam Vidhivala shloka? So that shloka, then he got the information. This is from the Ayodhya Kand, 40th Sarga, text number 10th. Most important shloka. So many shlokas before that. So actually what happened is, all the Sita, Ram, Lakshman, they all started going towards the forest. They all mounted the chariot. And just after mounting chariot, Lakshman said, wait, I'll go and get permission from my mother. Who is mother of Lakshman? Sumitra. He came and fell at the feet of mother Sumitra. He said, my mother will give permission. My mother will cry for me. Beta jao, sukhi raho. And that, expecting that affection, Lakshman went. But what are the words of Sumitra Devi? Very strong words. Okay, because it has come, so I'll just go through 2-3 shlokas. Okay, we'll just do the last most important shloka. Sumitra Devi is saying to Lakshman that your creation has been just for living in the forest. Vanvasaya. Srashtastvam Vanvasaya. You have been created to live in the forest. Lakshman is thinking that mother will cry for me, giving some blessings, affection. Mother says, no, you have been created, you have been born just to live in the forest, in the service of Ramachandra. Don't be here. In our dynasty, people, to keep the words they have kept, to keep the word they have given, people have given their life also, their body also. What to speak of this Ayodhya city? Give up this city. Don't be attached to your mother. Don't be attached to the city. Don't be attached to the palace. Go and serve Ramachandra. And Lakshman is still expecting. He is not expecting. He is thinking that some affectionate words will come. Sumitra says very strong words. And she says very important, most important shloka. It's very easy shloka. Someone knows the shloka? Who knows the shloka? Yes? Yes, bolo.
Ramam Dashratam Vidhi, Mam Vidhi Janakatmajam, Ayodhyam Atavim Vidhi, Gacham Yata Tata Sukham.
Yes, very important shloka. Yes, let's recite this shloka. Ramam Dasharatham Vidhim Mam Vidhi Janakatmaja Ayodhyam Atavim Vidhim Gachatata Yatha Sukham. Lakshman is thinking, where will I get my mother, my father? So Sumitra Devi is saying that go Ramam Dasharatham Vidhi. Consider from today onwards, your father is already gone. From today onwards, Ram is Dasharath for you, your father. Mam Vidhim. See me in Janakatmaja, in the daughter of Janak Maharaj. See me in Janaki or Sita Devi. Ayodhyam Atavim Vidhi. Today onwards, Ayodhya, the city of facilities, is jungle for you. And Gachatam Yatha Sukham. Go, my dear son, go ahead. Don't look at me, don't wait for my answers, go ahead. So, this is how our life should be. Our life is actually meant for serving Krishna. If we look for anything else, it's useless. The only goal of life is serving Krishna. If that's not used for this, then there's no point living. Just like Bhagavatam says that what's the point living? The Bastra Kimna Swasantyutaha Kim Khadantina Kim Mehanti Kim Grame Pashavo. We think that okay, I am living, but I am breathing, but even the bellows or the blacksmith also breathes. What's the point on breathing? So one may say that okay, I eat, but the animals also eat. What's the point on eating? What's so special? If we are not serving Krishna, the eyes which don't look at Krishna's beautiful form are considered to be plumes of the peacock feather. The ears which cannot hear the pastimes of Krishna are considered to be snake holes. The body which cannot serve Krishna is considered a dead body. Though a living person is considered a ghost. So we should not be carried away by all these things. We should have a clear goal. The goal of life is to serve Krishna. And if anything is obstructing us, then we should abandon it. Otherwise, similarly, the same thing which is mentioned here, that Vishrava, he is the son of Vishrava, but is condemned to urine. The source of Putra and Mutra is same, genitals. But if one does not serve Krishna, then he is not considered Mutra. He is not considered Putra. He is considered Mutra. So if we don't engage our life in the service of Krishna, completely engage, then we are none other than urine. Bhagavatam speaks very strongly. So we should make our plans in a way that how can I give my life to serve Krishna, propagate words of Krishna. People are waiting for this. Prabhupada has created revolution, and there are so many soldiers needed for this. In the society, there are so many people who don't have all the people don't have any direction about Krishna consciousness, goal of life, happiness, that loitering in the streets. But it's our duty that we complete our life, perfect our life, and share this Krishna consciousness with others. So let's take this lessons of Ramayana, the words of Ramayana in the heart, in the consciousness today, and prepare our consciousness for the appearance of Sri Ramachandra. Let's pray to Sri Ramachandra that was... Now, where is Ramachandra here in our altar? Where is Ramachandra altar? Yes, Krishna himself. All the three, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna and Jagannath are Ramachandra. You know that bhajan? जय जय जगन्नाथ शचिरानंदन त्रिभुवन करे जार चरणवंदन. यस बोलिए विश्वपति निमाय प्रभु, आप बोलने वाले थे, करेक्ट. जय गौर जय कृष्ण से ही जगन्नाथ. और उसमें एक भजन में एक ये भी आता है, पूर्वे जे रावण बधिला, द सेम लॉर्ड हु इन द अर्लियर इनकारनेशन हैज किल्ड Ravana. The same Lord is Jagannath, same Lord is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, same Lord is Krishna. So let's pray to Sri Ramachandra. And what to speak of Hanumanji? Without Hanuman, as this is a very special painting for me personally, because this was the painting I have been seeing from my childhood. When I got consciousness, what is what? It was right at the bed somehow. In the village, you see on the walls of the home there are paintings. And this is the only painting which I have clear distinct memory of this. So very special for me. So such great devotees praying to Hanumanji. We should long for the desire to serve Sri Ramachandra. We have to end now. Cutting short all the pastimes. Hare Krishna. Any question? Yes.
Sustained. So why can't the Krishna save all the people? एक ही बचा था ना, तो why can't Krishna save all the small kids?
Krishna's definition of saving and our definition of serving is completely different. We think that his body is saved means done. But Krishna saves our spiritual life. He preserves our spiritual life, Krishna consciousness. And that may mean now, for that matter, we may also consider into discussion about the case of Jatayu. Jatayu was fighting for Krishna. This man, Indian Airlines, Air India, 260, how many? 240 people. They were not serving Krishna. None of them were, yes, some might be serving Krishna, but not everybody was serving Krishna. And this man, we don't know whether he was serving Krishna or not. But Krishna protected him. On the other hand, Jatayu was fighting for Lord Ramachandra, being fully confident that I am not going to survive. I cannot conquer Ravana. But still he was fighting. But he was killed. Now we may ask that why Jatayu was killed, was not saved. But what is the gati which Jatayu received? Gati which Jatayu received was Lord Ramachandra personally took the Jatayu in the lap and shot an arrow in the earth. From there sprung out a stream of water. Lord Ramachandra invited all the auspicious rivers in that waters. And that place is called Sarva Tirtha Kund. If you go to Nashik, how many of you have been to Nashik? आप में से कौन कौन नाशिक गया है? नाशिक कौन कौन गया है? Oh, very few of you. You should arrange a yatra. Anand Shinu, you should arrange a Nashik yatra. Close to Nashik, there is a place called Jatayu Tirth or Taked. That place where Jatayu fell on the floor. And Lord Ramachandra shot an arrow, inviting all the rivers with that water, that is called Sarva Tirtha Kund. He did the final rites, Antyam Sanskar of Jatayu. Let's imagine that was not even the, so to say, fate of Dashrath Maharaj. That he was not cremated, or final rites were not done by Lord Ramachandra. But that fortune was received by Jatayu. So Krishna takes care of our Krishna consciousness, not necessarily material body. But yes, if we have faith, then Krishna will take care of material body also. But if he doesn't take care, then we should not think that, oh, we should not think in material platform, spiritual platform. Clear?
Spirituality will be live.
Yes, we are spirit souls, not the body. So Krishna consciousness will continue.
Okay.
Now on the other hand, see how dutiful Sri Ramachandra. After Ravana was killed, Ravana told, after Ravana was killed, Ramachandra told Vibhishan that you perform final rites. Vibhishan said, no, I'm not going to perform final rites. Final rites, samskaras are done for humans. He is not a human. Ravana is an animal. And then Lord Ramachandra said that, no, see, we are 5 brothers. If you don't perform, I'll perform. Then Vibhishan goes and performs dutifully. That is dutifulness of Ramachandra. Perfect. But yes, he takes care of the spiritual life, Krishna consciousness. We should have firm faith. Today is the day when we can gift something to Ramachandra. What is the gift we can give? Everything is given by Krishna, by Ramachandra. We can gift one beautiful thing. We can step up our spiritual commitment. If we are chanting 1 round, let's start chanting 4 rounds. If we are chanting 4 rounds every day, let's jump to 8 rounds. If you are chanting 8 rounds, then start chanting 16 rounds. Okay, how many of you want to increase your rounds and double it today? Raise your hands. 16 कर रहे हो तो don't raise your hands. Lesser than 16, come to 16. Raise your hand. इच्छा करो, होगा नहीं होगा बाद में देखेंगे. Just desire on so auspicious day. Raise your hand. Hari बोल नहीं, raise your hand. Come to 16 rounds. Come to 16. Just desire. Beautiful thing is, in Kali Yuga, whatever you desire, Krishna consciousness will come. It will happen. Krishna will fulfill this. Just by thinking, you can get the result. Just vichar matra करने से ही मिलता है हमें, फल मिलता है. In front of so many devotees, in front of the Lord, if you have desired, it will happen for sure. So take a commitment, increase your rounds, and if you're already chanting 16, then take up commitment of reading something, at least 1 hour every day, Prabhupada's books. And mind you, these are not just ink and paper. These are Prabhupada's purports. These are books written by Krishna. These are books spoken by Krishna and written by Prabhupada. Krishna's words, don't underestimate. If you want to revolutionize your Krishna consciousness, read 1 hour every day Prabhupada books. Challenge, guaranteed. If you do it sincerely, you will have a revolution just in 1 month. Not even 1 month, 1 week. 1 week, guaranteed. First thing, your sleep in japa will disappear. Guaranteed. Do this sincerely. Your sleep in japa will disappear. Hare Krishna. We'll end here. Ram Navami Mahamahotsav ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Anant Koti Vaishnavinda ki, Jai Gaur Premanande. Now the further schedule will be, there will be Abhishek now. The volunteers will be given information where they have got seva spots, seva slots, and there are many sevas. You can contact Ananta Achintya Prabhu for kitchen seva, crowd control, etc. Hare Krishna.
His Grace
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Daya Krishna Krishna Bhutan Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaudiya-Vaishnava Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasatya Deshatarine Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadada Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktivedanta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Krishna